All right, Michelle, let's get this done before that darn freight train comes through.
It's annoying.
I know. Hey, everybody, this is Dino.
And Michelle.
And we want to tell you about our podcast.
Hey, guys, what are you doing?
Killian,
Yeah.
we told you we're trying to record a promo for our podcast.
We're not going to get it done.
About horror movies and TV shows?
Yes.
Where you tie horror movies into life lessons
And being
decent
To each other. Yes. And we want to let you know that you can find it on all your favorite podcasts.
Aren't you going to tell them where you can watch it?
Yes.
We were just trying to do that.
We were doing that. Yes. We've got a podcast.
Aren't you going to put it on your YouTube channel?
Yes. You can find it on the YouTube channel. That's our podcast YouTube channel. That's HUUUH podcast. And you can find the YouTube channel, and you can find us on Podbean, and you can find us on iTunes, and Stitcher, and all your favorite podcatchers, and farsightedblog.com. Did I miss anything, guys? Podcast. Love y'all. Stay decent to each other.
Are you ready to be scared to death? You joined us for Scary Larry's House of Universal Horrors. Now prepare yourself for Scary Larry's Pint of Horrors. And don't forget, as always, these guys swear like fucking sailors.
Fuck yeah, we do.
To warm up, you know.
Oh, great. You're into bondage. Come on in, we'll all get down.
Thank you.
You look good enough to eat.
Oh, I hope so.
All right. The computer tells me we're recording. That means a brand new episode of Pint of Comics, Scary Larry's Pint of Horrors, actually, is here for you. And this is a storied episode. This is an episode that will go down in the history books.
The annals. It'll go down in the annals.
This is going to go down in the rectums of Pint of Comics as the episode that pretty much never was going to be, never should have been, but is happening anyway.
Can we figure out when we were first supposed to record this?
I can tell you for a fact that the day I watched Motel Hell, which is the subject of today's episode, the first time was January 1st, 2020.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost like how we've kind of discussed that this year has, for some of us, it's just been a garbage bag. It started with this thing. So we watched it, and then we were supposed to record 3 days later.
Yeah. And we're like almost exactly 4 months from that date.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because
so we each had to cancel at one point for some reason.
That got canceled. Then I got sick towards the end of January.
My wife got sick. We rescheduled. You got sick.
Yep.
Then we rescheduled
with Sophie.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Well,
we
did something else instead because we did the Greasy Strangler. Because Lloyd couldn't make it.
Right. Yep. So we couldn't do it then.
Right.
And then we had it planned out in the same week that the COVID shit hit, and they started saying you can't hang out with your friends anymore. Now we're all loners living in caves.
Yep.
I think you're all bullshit artists. That's all. Bullshit artists. Bullshit artists.
Bullshit.
Horseshit.
bullshit artist.
So Motel Hell has been hell.
Can we just do another Greasy Strangler episode?
No.
Yes.
You know what this beer needs?
What does
This
it
beer
need?
needs more oil.
Yeah.
How come we
More
don't
grease?
put more oil
I
in
need this
beer?
to lubricate the world.
Sir, I can't do that. It's against policy.
I could lose my license.
I could lose my license. his hot dog cart license in the middle of fucking North Hollywood in the streets where nobody is except for the Greasy Strangler.
It's attached to the RV that he lives in on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't heard the Greasy Strangler episode or seen the Greasy Strangler, I think that we're going to direct you towards that as well. So that's our tip for the night. And, we're going to get to this real quick. Lloyd, we gave you the job, because you weren't on the episode, of watching the Greasy Strangler, and you did. So give us your 5-star rating of what you thought of it.
And it better be 5 stars.
You want my actual? What was your stars, John?
I think 1 3/4. I gave it. John liked it more.
I think Sir John was around 2.5. I'm going to give this a solid 3.
Solid 3. Wow.
Take a 3.
I liked it up until I didn't like it. Right? I did. I think the point when what was the girl's name?
Janet.
Oh,
Janet. When she came home and Big Ronnie got her.
Janet.
Yeah.
And then they went in there and he was pouring oil on her, and that's when I lost it.
Yeah. That's fairly
when I
greasy.
lost it.
That's just when it got really bad.
That's it. Okay, I know your limitations.
Everything before that, I was on board with.
You were on board until Janet and Big Ronnie.
Until Janet and Big Ronnie. Yeah.
I think one of the funniest moments.
Do you like oily grapefruit?
I think one of the funniest moments in editing, because I don't listen to the show and it's run, but I listen to the edit, and I actually listened to it and had to go back, was when Mike Simonetta, Larry's friend and coworker who came on, our friend, when he rated it a 4 or a 4.5, I literally just go, holy shit.
Yeah, you did.
Like total surprise. Like, how the fuck did you like that? This is that's like Aliens, or you know what I mean? Like, you're putting it up there. But he loved it. So
I brought him,
I really did.
along.
I really liked it. It was so absurd, that I liked it up until that point, and then it started going off the rails for me.
All right. Speaking of going off the rails, Larry, give us the movie you picked for tonight's episode.
Yep.
Give us the reasoning. Again, we've talked about this. Where did this fit into your horror lexicon? Why did your dad take you to see this? Did you see this, in the drive-in? How did you check this out?
Well, first of all, the movie, like we said, is Motel Hell. This was one, basically when you asked me to put 20, I just really put the first 20 that popped into my head. And I think this has been there the whole time, right? This has been there.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Been a choice
Motel Hell was a replacement. It was one of the first replacements.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. But yeah, I just, whenever it's time to replace one or build the list, I just throw the first ones that pop into my head. Motel Hell is one I didn't see until later on. It wasn't a drive-in movie for me. It wasn't a movie theater movie. It was like 1980. I probably didn't see it until freshman year of high school. So you're talking like 87, like video store era. You know? This was one of the ones we picked up at the video store. A lot of movies I actually remember, whether my mother picked or I picked. I don't remember how this one got to the house. I don't remember it, but I
sounds
remember,
about right.
Yeah, I remember watching it one day and just being like, what the fuck? This is so weird and bizarre, but I was in. I liked it, and I haven't seen it. In a few years, so it was definitely good to give it another rewatch.
Let me give it a quick, before we talk about like the bumper sticker of what this movie's about. I want to say this before I forget. This is what this movie.
Do you mean you want to talk about the bumper sticker scene when Farmer Vincent just randomly slaps it on somebody's car?
Room was that?
Freaking bumper sticker.
No matter how much they liked his shit.
Yeah.
It's like, well, let me throw this on the station wagon for you. It's like, fuck, well, motherfucker, that's brand new.
A giant fucking like old school bumper sticker, like the old I climbed Mount Washington bumper sticker.
Right after he scared the shit out of his girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Through the car window.
Yeah.
All right.
So
all
what
right.
I wanted to say about this movie real quick was that, does anybody else get the feeling like that this was like a hybrid movie of because horror it's a horror movie, but it's not, there's not gory, there's not like a lot of scares in it. This feels to me like an early 80s, late 70s TV movie that just happens to have, some horrifying elements to it. The music, is very TV-ish. The performances are very TV worthy. I don't know. I felt like if you had told me that this was like an NBC, Sunday Night at the Movies in 1980, I wouldn't be surprised. Anybody else get the feeling from this like that?
Well, it definitely, I mean, it's directed by a guy who I don't think has any horror in his background. He's got a lot of sci-fi. I just pulled him up. Land That Time Forgot, At the Earth's Core. He's done a lot of sci-fi stuff, but there's no horror on his resume.
Here's the director is Kevin Connor. Here are my notes, dated. This is funny because I didn't have to redo my notes. January 3rd of 20. So these notes are 3 months old. I kept them in a notepad. Kevin Connor, and I just put down two of the things that he had done either before or since. And they're both TV shows. Heart to Heart.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And John's favorite show from the 70s, the Martin Landau sci-fi actioner.
Oh no!
Space, 1999.
Never saw it.
Yeah,
saw it.
It's like eating dry crackers without salt.
And no water.
Nothing to drink.
No, nothing. It's the
Gotta swallow
driest
that ball.
Driest, most awful science fiction ever done. And
Martin Landau's done some weird shit.
Yeah.
He
that
really
show.
He's done some strange shit. He did a horror sci-fi movie with Jack Palance. I can't remember the fucking name of it right now, but there was like little aliens flying through the air.
Jesus.
Oh, it's
No idea.
ridiculous. I'm like, how the fuck did they get Landau and Jack Palance to be in this fucking movie? But what are you gonna do?
Jack Palance used to scare the shit out of me when he was the host of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just
when I was a kid.
That's an intimidating guy, right?
He's and you think of him from Batman with Jack.
Yeah.
I'm a number one guy.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever see? God, he was playing a big game hunter, and there was a albino ape that escaped, and he was hunting it down, like in the streets of Philadelphia or something like that.
No, but I want to see this right now.
Yeah. If we could just wrap this up so I can.
Can we go? Can we go right now? Go to the archive. I guarantee they have the vinyl, the soundtrack.
I can Google it right now.
Google it up. Get us that.
Yeah. All right. I know I saw it a long time ago.
All right, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Manster.
Yeah.
Give me the bumper sticker of what Motel Hell's about. He's putting his spectrometers on.
Actually, I don't even. I put my glasses on to read. I don't have any fucking notes on it.
Yeah. What's the movie about?
Hold on. Let me
It's
take
about this guy, right? Vincent Smith.
Farmer Vincent
runs a hotel, and basically he gets people and he plants them in the ground and uses them, mixes them with his pork, and he makes a delicious smoked meat.
He has the most popular smoked meats in the county.
In 100 miles, I think.
100 miles.
50
what does
or
that guy
100.
say in the beginning? I'd sure like to enjoy some more of your meat.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
Yep. He what did anybody else think? What a bargain for that fucking box!
Yeah, what was it,
The
like
whole box was like
$2.95.
$2.95. Yeah.
He pulls the box
Giant.
out.
No
Giant box. It's like one of those things you'd see at the mall at the kiosk at Christmas time.
At Christmas time.
Except that would be like $60 for the salami and all that shit. He pulls it out and he tells them, you guys could take home one of my sample packs. You're going to really enjoy it. And you're waiting for the pitch. This is going to be $40. They're going to buy it in $2.95. I thought, if I didn't know it was human meat, give me 16 of those fucking things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get one of everything.
Yeah.
Even if it was human meat, I might have
for $2.95 in COVID time, we might have to start.
Yeah.
We might have to start. All right, John. What is
popcorn's all I got left?
What is the Jack Palance white albino gorilla in Philadelphia movie called?
I figured we were going to wait till the end. No, it's called The Ivory Ape. It's a 1980 It's a 1980 Japanese American co-produced film by Rankin Bass.
Oh wow!
Oh,
And the Superya Productions, and it was filmed in Bermuda. So yeah,
Rankin Bass
seen it.
Do the claymation Christmas shit, right?
Oh, guess what? Yeah, first broadcast on ABC in 1980.
Oh wow! All right. I guarantee that
That's why he
ape looks
wasn't
like
on
shit
the-
too. I guarantee it looks like shit. It's probably just a dude in a costume running around the streets of Philadelphia.
Lucky you didn't get fucking killed.
Yeah, really. All right. So, Lloyd, why don't we start going through the cast of Motel Hell before we start getting into the movie a little bit?
So you got your main character, right? The guy owns a hotel and makes the meats. That's Rory Calhoun.
Yeah,
from
not Clue Gallagher.
No,
not him.
But a storied career anyway.
Oh, very, yeah. He was a major 50s actor. Very handsome man.
A lot of westerns.
And if you can believe it, in this movie, he was 57 years old.
He looks about
Looking at him, I'd put him much higher than that.
I'd say 72.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely put him maybe late 60s, somewhere around there. Yeah.
That's what smoking that cheroot does to you.
Yeah.
You're around the smoker so much, it must kind of leather you up a little bit.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, but Rory had a. Did you do any research about his?
Yeah, a little bit.
His
He's
criminal
got
background.
He's got 2 stars. First of all, on the Hollywood, what do you call it, Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
For TV and for film, he was a criminal.
Yeah.
In his early days, yeah, he stole guns, jewelry, cars.
Yep.
Spent 3 years in a federal penitentiary, incarcerated in San Quentin.
Holy shit!
And
He's the Johnny
paroled.
Cash song.
Parole, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dude was the real
paroled
deal.
at the age of 21.
Wow.
Dude was the real deal, man.
He was.
But he was in some gems. He was in Angel, which I'm sure you remember Angel with the streetwalker high school girl.
Oh yeah, the hooker.
Yeah.
Yep. Avenging
Yeah, I love
Angel.
that.
He was in Hell Comes to Frogtown with Roddy
Yeah,
Piper.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, he died in '99, I think.
Yeah, emphysema
99?
and diabetes.
He died at the age he looks like he is in Motel Hell.
Right.
He was like
Imagine
77.
Imagine what he looked
77.
like at 77.
Yeah. Maybe he was Benjamin Buttoning it. Maybe he looked better. All right, who else do we have,
Who else?
Manster?
Yeah. So then, as his brother, Sheriff Bruce, that was Paul Linke. He was a 70s, 80s, 90s TV show actor. Yeah.
California Highway Patrol.
He was in
Yep.
Chips, which I think is a recurring theme for this movie. A lot of people were in Chips.
They filmed on the same lot. The same lot. Yeah.
Probably.
Then you got Nancy Parsons as his sister Ida. She was
Known for Porky's.
Porky's, yeah.
fame.
She's been in Beretta, Family Ties.
Yeah.
She's in that movie Ladybugs.
She was also in. She was in a movie. I'll just tell a quick story. In high school.
Let me tell you a story.
Let me tell you something.
In high school, a girlfriend and I skipped school one day and
To go
went
see
back to my
Ladybugs?
house. No, not lady. This was well before Ladybugs. Went back to my house.
You're a big Jack Hay fan?
Yeah, huge. We would anytime we skipped school, we would go back to my house because both my parents worked, so the house would be empty. We smoked a ton of weed and watched a movie that had Nancy Parsons in it that both of us, because we were so high, thought was like the most intelligent movie we had ever seen.
Did she play a nurse?
No, she was. I think she was.
You
a
may
reporter.
remember her as the nurse in almost everything she's been in.
Well, I think she was a reporter. It was Quarterback Princess with Helen Hunt.
Oh,
wow.
But we were just blown away by how amazing this film was. And then
Quarterback Princess.
Yeah. Helen Hunt was a girl who moved from Canada to America and decided to play high school football, and it was a big deal. It's not really a good movie, but when you're high as a
looking it
kite,
up right now.
when you're high as a kite, it's pretty deep stuff. Pretty deep stuff.
Wow. Did you watch it a second time not too long
yeah.
after? And then you were like, fuck, we were totally stoned.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is bad. Like, this is not a good movie at all. Yeah.
John's finding it.
1983.
He's
Yeah.
ordering it on Blu-ray.
Drama.
Ordering it on 4K HD.
If you're gonna order it, order some weed.
Yeah.
It'll make it much
Drama
better.
and docu.
I think it comes with weed.
Oh my god.
Wait, say that again, John. Drama
Wow.
and docudrama.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Maybe it's loosely based on a true story.
It is. I remember that. That's why we were so blown away. Like, wow, this girl's good.
She's really good. She's like Josephine Montana.
Did you re-examine your life that
Wow.
day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. A cast of thousands.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in it. Definitely a lot.
Yeah.
Is Judd Nelson in it?
Now,
Oh.
All right. I assumed he was in it.
No,
Sounds
it's
like
pretty-
something he would be in.
Daphne Zuniga.
Oh.
Zuniga.
Oh, I love her.
Ari,
Yeah.
Dana Elkar.
I think we're gonna have to do an episode. The next Pint
Oh
Movie
wow!
Invitational.
It's like every TV. This is crazy. And Nancy Parsons.
Nancy Parsons, by the way, died 2 years after Rory Calhoun.
Oh.
Complications. I think it's funny that Lloyd said she played a nurse and everything because she died of a heart failure and diabetes.
Yeah.
So she didn't take her work home,
No.
but she took pie home, apparently.
Yeah.
Hi.
She had a lot of pie, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think so.
She eats a lot in the movie.
Yeah,
She does eat a lot.
Lots of
in the
Every scene she's in, she's either
Yeah.
being a
fingers,
bitch
pulling something out of the
or
pie.
going to get something to eat. She puts fucking she's eating a pie with whipped cream on it, and then she's got a chicken leg and she's pouring ketchup on it.
Yeah, she
and
puts it on there.
she's like
Yeah.
inter-eating, like sweet,
yeah.
salty, umami, not umami.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad
No, it's
look.
not good.
No.
All right, who else we got, Lloyd?
All right, so next would be Nina Axelrod as Terry, basically the girl.
Yeah.
And she didn't do much. She did Cobra, and then after that, she was mostly just a casting director.
She married. So the guys that wrote this were two guys, Robert and Stephen Charles Jaffe. Stephen Charles. So he has to go by both names. What a fucking douche. But she married. Robert was writer who ended up doing Made to Order. He wrote that with Ali. What was her name from Breakfast Club?
Ali Sheedy.
Ali Sheedy.
Ali Sheedy.
And Stephen Charles ended up doing. He actually was involved in Near Dark. These notes are so old, I don't know what my shorthand means anymore, but he was involved in Near Dark. But Nina Axelrod married Robert Jaffe in 1981. So this movie made a love connection. And also, I'm pretty sure he was probably on set and saw those sweet, sweet titties that she had and said, I'm going to take her out on a date.
Yeah, I watched it so long ago, I forgot there was nudity.
Yeah,
I did too until I scanned through it last night.
Yeah, they
And
teased
I was-
you.
I was
They
pleased.
tease you a little bit.
Yeah,
first.
and the
Big
when she's
time
in
in
the
the-
inner tube
in the
into
lake scene.
in the lake, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, fucking,
Yeah.
right
they
there.
give it all to you.
Yep.
You get it.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so after Nina Axelrod, I got Wolfman Jack.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
brother.
Oh
he
yeah,
was
baby.
awesome.
No, that was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't it Wolfman Jack that always told me to take my vitamins? Who the fuck was Oh, it was Hulk Hogan. Okay.
Yeah, he played Reverend Billy.
Yeah.
He likes porn mags.
He does.
Yeah, oh, yes,
He,
yeah.
he opens up a hustler, looks at it, and
Can't
goes,
spin
"Good
like that. You have
Lord,
to do
oh,
that.
hubbla, hubbla, hubbla," and then puts it in his suitcase.
Yeah, you would remember him as an American DJ and actor from if you were around in the 80s,
Yeah.
70s. He
Well,
was, a
He was-
big deal.
When I was a kid, he was one of those
I hope
celebrities.
so.
He was one of those celebrities that because I didn't understand he was a DJ. So when I was a kid, there were celebrities that were just celebrities for being celebrities, like him
Right.
and Charo. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do they do? Well,
Yeah,
not really
I know what
fucking
you mean.
anything, but they're on TV shows.
Yeah.
So
Charo just does the love boat. That's
Yeah.
what Charo does.
coochie coochie.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
He
he
was a
died of a
musician.
heart attack in 1995.
Right in his driveway.
Did he really?
Oh, really?
Yep.
That sucks.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Was he looking
Yeah,
at a hustler?
No, actually, that's more sad than that. So
Oh Christ!
if you, yeah, it was like right in front of his family. So
Really?
Oh.
All right, we got
Who
anybody
else
else?
we got?
That's
We
got to
got
be it,
Yeah,
right?
I'll do a few more. I'm going to end on somebody that everybody knows.
Oh, I know his name.
Yeah. So the next one will be Elaine Joyce as Edith Olsen. She was the swinger lady.
Oh yeah, with the whip.
Yep. Yeah, she was famous on Broadway. She did a lot of game shows. She did like Variety, Red Skelton, Carol
Oh.
Burnett, stuff
God,
like
I
that.
think she was on She was on the
Love
Match
Boat.
Game and
all that. She was
oh,
even
yeah,
on
she was
Beverly
on
Hills
everything.
90210.
Who was the guy she was with? Like, I couldn't.
guy
buy
she
that,
was
'cause,
with
like,
was
yeah,
Dick
she's
Curtis.
I have so much to say about that guy.
she's very
Guy
much,
Robert.
very much a hot 70s, 80s woman.
Yeah.
You know, she's very much that. And
Yeah,
then
he's-
she's with Sonny Bono. Who the
Yeah.
fuck was that guy?
He actually also
he's very
played the
much
preacher.
a plumber.
Yeah, he actually what, Lloyd?
In the movie early on, they're watching TV. There's a preacher on the TV in Vincent Smith's house.
Oh, was that him?
He plays that preacher. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, okay,
I don't think I ever knew that.
interesting.
Is
What's
that
the
hold
actor's
on.
name? You got that?
Is that the Lloyd bullshit fact of the night?
Yeah.
No, it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. No, that was Dick
Bullshit
Curtis.
artist.
Dick Curtis.
What was his name, Lloyd?
Dick Curtis.
Yeah, you're a horseshit artist. I don't believe that.
No, that's
He looked
great.
good in that little plexiglass or plastic dress that
Oh,
he
yeah.
was in, though.
Right?
Oh,
You know?
God. And did anybody notice he was wearing ballet slippers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bizarre. The
I said
whole-
to Lindsay when I watched it again yesterday, because 3 months later I'm watching again yesterday, and she's got the whip and he's dressed up like a fucking a
what?
skipper doll, and I
Yeah.
said she's gonna peg the fuck out of him with the handle of that whip. He is gonna
Oh, yeah.
take the handle of that whip so far up his
Yep.
his manhole.
What was it that Edith had in her hand, or Ida? She had in her hand and walked right up to him, and he's like, "Oh!" Like his eyes got real big.
I think they had
Oh.
rope. They had rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
Yes, they both
something
had
else,
rope.
something big and
Yeah,
fatty.
no, she had something else in her hand, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh,
Oh, the
second
nitrous. Nitrous?
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, the nitrous.
Something big and fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love their interaction, both of them, both of those swingers. They were really into the roles, and they were a hoot.
That was very much, those two characters were very much like I was talking about, pulled out of like an early 80s, late 70s sitcom. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that part of the movie seems like a different movie. And there's so many parts of this movie that feel like there's a bit of the movie towards the end when Farmer Vincent and what's her name?
Ida?
The Terry.
Terry.
Where you think it's going to turn to like a love movie where like it's
We
the
did
model
for-
and the music and everything. And I'm like,
Right.
is this going to become like a rom-com? What the fuck is happening with this movie?
Well, I mean, she would obviously fall in love with him, so that makes perfect sense.
He was a country gentleman. Look at
Yeah.
his little
Silence,
tuxedo
Larry.
he had on that
Yeah.
plaid shirt and the overalls and that bolo tie.
That's
Yep.
right.
I'm not saying I wouldn't go for it. I just
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
All right,
not
so
go ahead.
let me go two more here. The two girls in the car that
Oh,
come across the
Playboy
cows in the
Playmates.
road.
Yeah.
That was Roseanne Caton as Susie and Monique St. Pierre as Debbie. She was a Playmate of the Month.
That's a real
October,
name.
1978 or November. I'm sorry. And the other one was the girl in Bachelor Party.
And she was also a playmate.
The
Yes.
first one was, yeah.
They
that
both
was-
were, I
They
think.
both were.
Oh, they
Because-
both were? Oh, I didn't get that.
Upon our original viewing for my original research, I looked them both up and saw their titty pictures, and yeah, they were both in Playboy. Yeah,
Just for research purposes, of course.
total
Yeah.
research. Total research.
Yep.
I did not knock one out of the park while looking at either one of them into
you-
a sock.
You actually felt slightly disgusted.
I did.
You were like,
I
yeah,
did.
ugh.
Knowing that they're both in their 70s now. But then I looked at a picture of them in their 70s and did it again, and I
Yeah.
feel better because I
Okay.
feel like equal opportunity masturbation.
Right.
Nice.
Wonderful.
All right, and so the last guy that everybody here knows, everybody listening, I'm sure will know, John Ratzenberger. as the
Bridgeport,
drummer.
Connecticut's own.
That's right.
Bridgeport, yep. Who, as a matter of fact, I was doing.
This
a
is
little
probably about
research.
2 years before Cheers, right? Cheers
2 years
82,
before.
81? Yeah.
This is probably it's got to be close to his first
In 1980,
think.
he starred in another movie. Do you know what it was? Big one.
Star Wars. He was in Star Wars. He
Yeah,
was
Empire
Star-
Strikes Back.
Empire
Empire
Strikes
Strikes
Back.
Back.
That's right.
He is one of the soldiers in Hoth. On
You know,
the
I don't think I've ever noticed him. I don't.
it's literally like you see him, you only know it because you know who he is.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's a line.
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
Doesn't.
Yep.
He's also the only person, I don't know about now because I haven't watched Pixar in a long time, but he's the only person that's had a role in every Pixar movie.
Every Pixar film, yep.
Yeah.
Has he really?
Yes.
And
Every
do you
Pixar
know-
movie, they put him in somewhere.
That's a lot of money right there.
Well, listen to this.
Get that
As
cartoon
of-
money.
As of the time I did my research, anyway, he was the third most successful actor in terms of box office receipts all
Right.
time.
Because he's in every Pixar movie. He was
Number
in Empire
one?
Strikes Back.
Anyone who can guess who number one is?
Tom Hanks.
Nope. He's a little further down.
Number one.
Stan Lee.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
All the Marvel movies.
Yep.
Number 2, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Snakes on a plane.
Motherfucker.
Black
That was
Snake Moan.
Never saw that. Was that good?
No.
No.
Never saw it.
Snakes
No.
on a plane?
No. Black Snake Moan.
Oh, that one.
Christina Ricci in her underwear for like 2 hours.
For like
I
2
watched
hours.
it just for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Never
Christina
saw it.
Ricci.
I saw some of it, but I never finished it. So
Yeah,
it
it's
was one
whatever.
of those things.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
All
Makes no
right.
sense.
Fuck that movie.
And yeah, that's it for cast.
So essentially, we have this Motel Hell. It's Motel Hello. That's the name.
Hello. Yep.
But the O is constantly for
Flickering.
fucking 2-hour movie, which takes place over the course of a couple days. It's flickering. So I don't know if I'm going through like kind of barren California at night. I don't know if I'm going to stop at somewhere that the name might turn out to be Motel Hell. No,
Probably
But-
not.
unless I was looking for that good smoked Farmer Vincent's meat, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you're familiar with Farmer Vincent's meat, like everybody else in a 100-mile radius apparently is, you might. But Farmer Vincent seems very unconcerned about the fact that his sign is broken.
No, he doesn't give a fuck.
Nah.
Gives no
Doesn't give a
shit.
fuck. He can't
He's
afford
out
to
there
fix
just
it.
tracking people down.
He can't
Yeah.
afford to fix it because he.
As a matter of fact, the one time, like they get like somebody who's going to stay at the hotel, he just seems annoyed.
Yeah.
When the swingers show up, he's like, I told you to turn the damn sign off, like yelling at Ida.
Yeah.
So I don't think they really even care about the motel part of the business. It's more about the meats.
The meat side.
Yeah. The meats are, it's like Arby's. We have the meats. That's what this whole thing's about. They set up a little in the very beginning. There's a motorcyclist and Terry is on the back of the motorcycle, and Farmer Vincent goes out and sets up a little spike strip and knocks the motorcycle off the road. Basically takes Terry and he has a liking for her, so he brings her inside, which you get the feeling he doesn't do.
Right.
Right.
And
You
the other guy.
you kind of skipped
I
over
ain't
the
gonna
fact
grind her up.
that he's driving a motorcycle with a sidecar, yet Terry's on the back.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there was a monkey in the sidecar that we don't ever find out about. It was going to be a sequel. Cut out.
Because
All that
I
stuff's
thought
cut out.
I thought George Burns was in the sidecar. Like, oh God.
What time would you put that
Deep pull.
around? Like, what time of night you think that was?
It was. I would think it was late.
2
thought it
a.m.
was
It
late.
seemed pretty late. Yeah, it seemed like around 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And yet, when she wakes up the next morning, he's already gone and buried her
Buried.
pal, right?
Completely buried. Yeah.
He buries
He
him.
buries
right?
her.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And the explanation the cop gives is that it's okay. Like,
It's okay.
there's no
That's okay. It's a law around here
yeah.
with extreme circumstances.
He says extenuating circumstances.
Extenuating
It's okay. Like,
Yeah,
we don't have
it's
a
all right, honey. No
morgue
worries.
around here or grave diggers. He has this fucking guy
kind
has
of
his own
accepts it.
graveyard.
There's no questions like, why aren't I in a hospital?
Right.
Why is my boyfriend not in the morgue?
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Why aren't you taking a statement from me? And he,
And then excuse me.
yeah, it's
And
just
then when
perfectly
she-
okay that
When
fucking,
she does question it,
yeah,
right? She's like, "Well, what's going on? Why am I here?" He gives her a pep talk, and all of a sudden, she's on board and she loves being there.
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, oh, don't worry, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you were
Everything's gonna- and
destined to
she's
be
like,
here.
She's like, shit, you're
I know,
right,
you're
man.
right.
This
You're
is
so fucking
great.
right.
This is great. Do you have any smoked meats by any chance?
You know what would make this better? Is if this was a smoked meat.
I got a
emporium.
meat for you.
Jesus.
Scott, we find out something interesting about the sheriff in town. What is his relationship to these folk?
He's,
Well, he is the brother.
He's the brother.
He
Little
is the
to
brother.
Vincent.
He is the
Yeah.
brother.
He's the youngest, right?
Yeah.
I would assume so. Well,
I would think it's Vincent, then Ida, then,
Ida, and then, yeah.
Bruce.
he explains
Hoping to get
later
on
in the movie.
California Highway Patrol.
He didn't have to change uniforms for this movie. He
Nope.
just came filming from there, came over here. He was actually going to play someone totally different. They're like, just keep that on, and we're going to write
Yeah,
a
they just
sheriff
saw
into
him
this
out
shit.
in the lot, and they said,
Right.
"Get over here. We got a roll for you."
Save a few bucks on the wardrobe.
All right, here's something I want to discuss about Bruce, who is the sheriff character, the younger brother. And we'll make this clear. He is not complicit in their murdering, farming of people thing. But what he is, so essentially Bruce is the hero of the movie, right? He drives wow, that's where I'm getting. So he's the guy that the director and writer are leaning on you to say he's the hero. He's the, maybe not a white hat, but he's the good guy. Except he's super rapey. Right?
Yeah, he is.
I think they all are.
Yeah. Well,
Except for Farmer
he's
Vincent.
the number one.
Farmer Vincent's not rapey.
She's straight up.
No.
Yeah, he's like, don't show me your tits. I want to be married first.
Yeah, we gotta be married.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta get you a ring.
Yeah.
He literally tells her after she exposes her beautiful body to him, and he's again 57, looks 79.
Yep.
He's probably 28. Yeah, she's probably 28. And he says, no, we got to get married. Meanwhile, Bruce takes her to the drive-in movie and like almost tackles
immediately tries to rape her.
Yeah.
Doesn't even take her to the drive-in movie. Takes her to a fucking spot where they can cheat and see the drive-in movie.
Yeah. Through
Like you don't.
binoculars
It's not
and
like
a
you
radio.
paid to get in. You found a spot where like you can watch it for free. You cheap fuck.
Right.
John, did you notice? I know that you saw this months ago. You didn't rewatch it, but I thought of you when I saw this again yesterday. Bruce's squad car, which was probably like a 77,
Borrowed it from Enos.
Yeah. Did you see the whip antennas on the back of that fucking thing? There's a scene where Vincent's shooting at him, chasing him out of the house, and he gets in the car and he takes off. And the antennas on the back, I mean, and this is a 70s thing, but you forget, were 13 feet high. And they were like,
well, you got to get past those
everywhere.
mountains. Yeah. I one of the things I like about a lot of these older movies that we're watching is the vehicles, it's not a set. They're actually on location, so you can see these locations that they're shooting in. That's some of the best stuff that they're doing. Car chase after he raids the kids watching the movie that they're not supposed to be watching the movie. And he wants to go rapey with her.
Yeah.
And he chases all the kids out in their car. And all these cars start bashing into each other, getting out of the area.
Yeah.
It's like a little demolition derby.
Exactly. It looked like the Portland Drive-In
And then the
back in the day.
people get out of one car buck naked.
Yeah.
And then they run to another car to get away.
It's so low budget 70s, 80s. Yeah. Great stuff though. That
it's a scene. And Sheriff Bruce is definitely rapey. Which is odd since he like John said, he's being set up to be the hero.
Right.
But I don't think we really realize at that point yet that he's going to be the hero.
Well, but like no hero should be rapey. You know what I mean? Like if there was a movie, like if there was an Avengers movie where Captain America was rapey before like Endgame and all that, people would be like, "Holy fuck, this guy's kind of a rapist." Like I don't like him anymore.
Superman.
Was this scene
before
the picnic scene?
When Superman went bad? Remember?
That's not Superman's fault. That's Red Kryptonite.
Oh yeah, Red Kryptonite Schmiptonite. It was still Superman, banging the blonde chick on top of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. All right.
That happens.
Lloyd, you don't know what we're talking about, do you? Have you ever seen Superman 3?
I don't remember that.
Richard Pryor?
Oh, the one with the little 1 cent checks or...
It's referenced in Office Space, yeah.
I do remember that part. I don't remember what you're talking about.
The Superman goes bad in that one.
Richard Pryor as the computer hacker.
Yeah, the 1983 computer hacker. Back when, like, if you watch War Games with Matthew Broderick, where he had to take the phone off of the phone and put it on the modem.
Yeah. Well, the best was that like Richard Pryor had just like lost his job like at the plant.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden got a fucking job as a computer scientist. Had never used a computer in his life, and like fucking made Red Kryptonite. It's like so fucking bananas. The whole
that deserves a
thing
rewatch. I have not seen that probably since the 80s.
Well, I'll tell you, when Superman goes bad,
Yeah.
That's some of my favorite shit ever. Like when he's at the bar flicking the fucking
The peanuts.
peanuts and breaking the fucking bottles. And that, dude, the best part for me has always been when he sees the hot blonde on top of the Statue of Liberty and he flies up there. He's all unshaven and his suit's all dirty. And he just looks down at her and goes, "Hope you don't think I'm going to save you. I don't do that kind of thing anymore." I was like, that's my Superman right there. That's my guy.
I think on a
actually
recent
not a
show.
bad movie.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
really?
not a bad movie. It's not that bad. It's very dated. But
Who is Robert Vaughn in that? Is he a comic book villain or is that a creation for?
I'm trying to remember. I think he played Morgan Edge, but I don't really remember. It's been
Is
a
that
while.
supposed
since
to be
I've seen it.
Hackman and they couldn't get him and they just wrote in a new character?
Probably.
Well, Morgan Edge
Yeah.
is a DC character. He's just
Yeah.
I just don't remember if he's playing Morgan Edge or if, I got let's look it up.
Let's look it up.
I was just going to do the same thing.
I think on a recent episode of Pint of Comics, Larry, I think that we were joking about how you said, I think it was the video episode we did. We were talking about Outbreak, and you said how Patrick Dempsey had the 5 o'clock shadow, and that always means like you're sick or bad. Same thing. Superman, when he had the red kryptonite, all of a sudden he stopped shaving.
Yep.
He's like George Michael now.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the sports machine guy. I was so confused when I was a kid when that used to come on TV. George Michael Sports Machine. I'm like, what the fuck does a guy from Wham know about American sports? No, it was like some 60-year-old guy named George Michael. Fake George Michael. Fucking guy. Wait, is that an X-Wing behind you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh,
it's one of those big ass ones.
Lego?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let's get back to John's looking up the villain in Superman 3.
It's not him. It's
what was his name?
Ross Webster. I don't no idea who that is.
Sounds like a
So
lawyer.
They probably couldn't get Hackman.
Yeah, probably. Or they wouldn't.
That ends with the woman getting turned into like a robot or something.
Type.
Yeah. I'm watching that. I'm watching that this fucking week. Superman 3.
When you're done, watch part 4 when you're done. Quest for Peace. Go for it.
I think I've only seen Quest for Peace once ever. That is
it's bad.
Nuclear Man.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
No thanks.
John's favorite actor, John Cryer, was in that one, right? Wasn't he like Lenny Luthor?
I think so.
No comment. No comment.
You don't like John Cryer, huh?
I am not a John Cryer fan.
He hates
hiding
him.
out.
And funnily enough, to wrap all this talk up, on the most current seasons of the CW Supergirl, John Cryer now plays Lex Luthor.
Right.
So
we brought it all around.
Circle of life. All right, Motel Hell. So
yes,
here's one of the.
Hell are we?
We talked about it a second ago, and we kind of talked about. We're everywhere, Lloyd. You know how this works. Yeah. It's especially more difficult with us on the screens. But so
Farmer Vincent's meats. That's where we're at.
We talked about how I had kind of mentioned that this movie isn't extremely gory. There's no gore in it, really.
Nope.
It's not scary. There's no jump scares. There's nothing really to be afraid of. I will tell you the one thing I took away from this movie that grossed me out that I didn't when I had to watch it again yesterday to refresh myself, I said, I don't want to have to deal with that again, is the gurgling noises that the
Slurpee gurgles?
That Slurpee. Yeah. There you go, Larry. Do it. 2 fucking hours of people going. It honestly was stomach turning after a while. Farmer Vincent had he cuts their vocal cords, right?
Yeah, he buries them up to their necks and performs a delicate surgery while they're in the dirt.
Yes.
Just so we can talk about how unsterile this situation really is. They're literally in the dirt, and he's performing a delicate neck surgery to get them to not. I don't know why.
Ida does the actual.
They're still making noises, so what does it matter if they can fucking speak or not? I don't know. I guess
he compliments her on such a good job.
She did do a good job.
Yeah.
They
give right in the beginning of the movie, they give you an idea that Ida is a really good nurse because when Terry is knocked out, Ida puts her head on her chest and goes, "She'll live.
She'll live.
She'll live. She's gonna make it."
Yep.
So Lloyd, what are some of the other things that Farmer Vincent does for his, I guess you'd call them cattle? Like what is the whole thing with the 8-tracks? What the fuck's going on there?
Oh, is he just maybe just soothing them,
Yeah.
So they just.
But is that soothing? That is the weird. It just sounds like if you were in a carnival in the pit of hell.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
What was even worse was, we'll get to it in the end with the, I don't know, the psychedelic shit he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'd like to talk about is that picnic scene.
Oh, I love the picnic scene.
Yeah.
When they're at the lake and they're all, you know, enjoying each other's company and eating some smoked meats, and Ida almost gives the secret away to Terry.
Very close.
Go ahead, Lloyd.
Until Vincent just fucking punches her right in the stomach.
Yeah.
Fucking straight shot right to the baby maker. Right fucking.
Right. Baby maker.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Totally unexpected.
Yeah. And
just
out of the fucking
hilarious.
blue, just a straight right.
Yeah.
What fucking amazing. It makes me laugh. I've seen it probably fucking 20 times. I laugh every goddamn time.
Not that we're laughing about violence against women, but the scene was just so unexpected, and for his character as well.
Not just that, but we could laugh about violence against that woman. I mean, she's a murderous, like, psychopath. So, and she's getting punched by her accomplice, who's also a murdering psychopath.
And they're talking about the dog. You know, when the mother was alive.
When they ate what does it say? Meat's meat and man's got to eat.
Yeah. He's like, he smoked that old dog just like a hog.
Yep.
This is a weird.
Yeah, Terry's a little grossed out about that whole eating the dog thing.
Right.
She should have probably realized then that shit was not fucking good.
Now, did you guys notice towards the end?
Yeah,
when
at that point, she should have noticed it.
Yeah.
When Vincent went into the area where he's hanging the corpses, he just rips a chunk right off of someone's back and just eats it.
Yeah. You got to
just a human strip.
You got to enjoy the your fruits of your labor. Yeah. If the fruits of your labor are back meat from a human being, then give it a shot.
The back works good, but the tongue, that doesn't mix well with the pork.
No.
Right.
No.
Should we talk about Ivan and the Terribles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Both times when I've seen this movie. So Ivan and the Terribles is another truck that Farmer Vincent knocks off the road, and it's a 4-piece band, and he takes them all and buries them. Both times. So it's a very 80s van. It's got Ivan and the Terribles painted on it. The drum kit it's Shaggin' Wagon. The drum kit is on top of the roof, like held down.
He gets that truck with a bear trap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they're
two bear traps.
But they're jamming. They're jamming first.
Oh yeah, they're
jamming. They're smoking pot.
I think they're on their way to a show, maybe, or on their way back from a show.
They just dug the song they were singing.
I certainly do. I do know that song. It's I've had enough to hear, girl. Had enough, I've had enough with you.
Yep.
That was my thought. Both times I said, I bet you Larry knows this song other than Motel Hell. And I bet you if Ivan and the Terribles played, he'd go see them.
I would go see Ivan and the Terribles. Absolutely. I'd join Ivan and the Terribles. I think they probably need some more members at this point.
Yeah. Was one of Ivan and the Terribles a very effeminate guy or a woman?
There was a woman.
There was a woman.
It was a woman. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Because we got John Ratzenberger on drums, and then you had two other guys, or the woman, the guy in the back along with him, and then the guy driving.
Right. So that's the second vehicle we've seen Farmer Vincent take down, right?
Yes.
First was Terry and her boyfriend, then was Ivan and the Terribles, and then was the two Playmates.
Yes.
And the Playmates, they got them.
That was weird. What the fuck was that all about?
Wooden
cows
cows.
across the road.
But you're leaving something out. You're leaving something out.
What
it's
am I?
not
Go
like
ahead.
he didn't put wooden cows on the road to trick them. 3D cows.
Yeah.
He just puts fucking 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wooden cow.
Yeah.
Like what? Like the cartoon.
You know what they look like? If you went to like the playroom of a nursery school.
Yeah.
Like, and over, there's fucking Owen on the little jungle gym area, and then over here's the little farm area, and there's the fucking wooden cow that we painted as a class. Basically what this dude put out into the fucking road, and they're like, would you look at these cows?
Yeah. So fucking weird.
Yeah,
And-
she thought they were real at first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of deserved that. I think they deserved it.
He has a he has a ton of victims in this movie too. But what's interesting about it and different than other horror movies is that he doesn't, except for three guys from Ivan the Terribles, who he eventually kills. He's not killing these people because he wants to keep them alive,
Right.
fatten them up to make the meat better, or whatever. Oh, he also gets the
Bob.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Bob.
Yeah.
Bob
he was
shows
a kind
up
of
for the
forgettable
surprise.
guy.
Well, Bob's kind of a dickhead. He shows up for the surprise inspection, which nobody likes. I've worked in the food service industry. Nobody likes the surprise inspection, which is fine. He gets through. He falls in his puddle and he fucking gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But then he gets too curious and he shows up at night and tries to poke
comes
around.
He
poke
hears
around
the music. He
Right.
hears the.
Yeah, but
he looks and he's.
what business is that? What business is that about?
Oh, did we lose John?
No,
There he is. Nope. All right.
He just
Yeah,
went
it's
dark.
no business. He had no right to be
No,
there.
Bob's a nosy motherfucker and gets what he deserves.
And that's why Vincent told Ida, "Hey, I've got a special gift for you."
Weird.
Right.
Fucking Bob right there.
We got Bob.
Do you remember?
Right out.
Do you remember what Bob told Vincent to fix?
Oh, the pigs had something about their hooves.
Infected hooves.
Infected hooves.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, Bob, I'll fix that right
Don't
up.
you worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it, Bob.
So,
And yeah,
Infected hooves.
infected hooves.
John, is this something you'd ever seen before? I don't know if we never talked about it.
Yeah, long time ago. I didn't remember much of it.
So it was a treat rewatching it.
I don't think this is a treat for John. I'm just getting that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. This
I
is
think
gonna be
There's no prom night.
This was not prom night. This was definitely
Because
not
this is prom night. This is not all right.
It's out of sight.
It is out of sight.
Yeah.
You know, it's been so long. I know I wrote stuff down, but I have no idea what happened to all those notes. So
Yeah. Well, here, I'll give you some more notes about this movie. We'll keep talking, but I've got a couple other things, and these notes have been sitting around forever. Oh, I actually wrote here, Rory Calhoun, 57 at time of filming.
There you
That
go.
blew my fucking mind. This was released on October 24th, 1980. So almost end of the year.
I
This
got a
film,
good one.
between 1973 and 1979.
yeah.
Oh,
Budget on this
I'd love
was
to know-
$3 million.
I'd love to know how long this lasted in the theater, actually.
Yeah. Well, back then, probably 2 fucking years.
Strangely enough, all right, not I'm only 29, but I do remember when when this was being pushed on the promos that would come out on television. The Motel Hell was a huge push back then.
Well, think about it. It's especially around Halloween time. You can bill it as a scary movie. All you've really got to cut out are the boob shots.
Yeah.
You've got no real gore to speak of to cut out.
I'm
You
trying
know,
to
it's
remember, like if it hit Fangoria all that much. You'd know, Larry.
yeah. I don't remember. I still have some old back issues, and I don't remember seeing it very much.
I just
And,
remember the pig head scene was always like used as imagery for this movie.
Yep.
Right.
But
Yep.
but
I
I don't
remember
really,
seeing that all the time. When I would hear about this movie, it was always the pig head. So when I watched it the first time, I'm expecting
You're like,
pig
where the fuck
head
is he?
killer for the whole
it
thing.
only shows up a little bit in the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
that's your big climax right there. But I remember it being a thing. I don't remember all that much about it, and when I saw it for the first time, I have no idea. But
Right.
Yeah, kind of like
I
me.
know the
don't-
first time
don't
I
really
saw it
remember.
was when we watched it for here. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, me too. Never saw it before. Well, Lloyd, you
Oh,
said you've seen it like 4 times because didn't you watch it every time we thought we were going to
Well,
record?
Yeah, I did. I did that. Yeah.
I'm
there
only
you
on
go.
2.
So, yeah.
Let's talk about the big finale real quick.
Well,
where we get-
another funny scene where they were celebrating when they decided to get married when she showed her titties.
Oh, tits.
Ties.
And then they
Fucking
decided to get married,
marriage.
so they did a little celebrating with champagne.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Ida pours a fucking green glass of champagne.
Yeah.
And Terry drinks it like there's absolutely nothing wrong with
Look,
drinking.
we've already
green
established
glass of.
that Terry's the stupidest fucking character on
Yeah.
earth. She's willingly staying there. Like nobody's had to stop her from running out. they, like you said, they gave her a pep talk, and she went, "You know what? Yeah, I'll live here forever."
Yeah.
Yep.
You buried my boyfriend. No big deal. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Let's
I
stay.
just like that. I thought it was funny. I
You
got a
buried
kick
my
out of it.
boyfriend on the side of the road, and now I'm gonna marry this ancient old guy who refuses to look at my ankles.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
This is my life now. I'm a hill person. This is it.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
talked about the swinger couple a little bit.
Yeah. Let's get back to
But-
them. Yeah.
I think I think they deserve a little bit more of our time. Well, they when they first show up, they're normal, right? They're dressed normally.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, you know where we are? This guy's got the best meats, blah blah blah. So then they're like, oh yeah, we just need a room. Then they start getting a little funny,
They show
and
him
they're
a
like,
pamphlet, right?
yeah,
Like a swingers
Yeah.
pamphlet with his motel on the back.
right. And they're like, hey, why don't you come up to the room and hang out? And that's when things start getting,
You know, advertising that pays off.
It did
Yeah.
pay off.
yeah, things start getting a little funky because when you get to the room, then the woman turns into sort of, I don't know if you remember Wendy O. Williams from the
Oh, yeah.
Plasmatics.
The plasmatics. yeah.
But
She's blowing up a
basically-
bus.
Yeah, she's, the tits are out. She's got the black electrical tape on her nipples. Fucking, she's got the giant whip. And you're like, okay, this fucking plumber guy is going to come out of the bathroom, with leather and shit on, looking like
No.
fucking Rob Halford, and fucking Judas Priest. This dude comes out. It's like he's got like a pink undershirt
Yeah.
with like a bra over it. And
Like a
then
clear skirt.
like
Clear.
underwear with a clear mini skirt
Yeah.
and then
plastic
like
skirt.
ballet slippers.
Yes.
That's
And
weird.
I just can't.
And he
I
talks
wa-
about shaving
Yeah. Oh, he's like, oh, I always shave, and he pulls out
Yeah.
the fucking electric shaver and
on his
starts going
chest.
on the chest. But who put together this wardrobe? Like, I don't know who was like, okay.
I think he did.
Somebody was like, somebody had to be there to be like, okay, swingers, you leather,
Yeah.
whip, high heels, good. You clear plastic skirt, bra, ballet slippers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming back in the day, and I'm going to use the language like this back in the day, they probably said, we need you to be like a dominatrix, like whip master. And we need you to be like a pansy guy.
I think I saw that on the
Yeah.
Bravo channel once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice at the end of the movie, after all of the victims get themselves out of their graves or whatever you want to call them, and they come back to take their vengeance, she still had the whip.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's
I did
whipping the
notice
whip.
that.
Like was she buried? Did they
I was-
bury
that's
her
why I
with her
said-
weapon?
I was like, is she? But like, they just put her arms down and the whip was still in her
The
hand.
whip was
and
still
they were
there.
just like,
Yeah.
fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Was she a samurai? Did they bury her with her weapon? Very honorable. You will carry this into the next world. Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
So one of the other things I liked about that scene too is, did you notice it was the least sexy thing that someone could say is when Farmer Vincent gets her on the bed and he kind of like holds her arms behind her back and she's still turned on and she goes, "Ooh, what's this? Dog style?"
Yeah.
Like, was it-
Hog style.
Like doggy style, right? Like
Yeah.
was dogs his dog? I don't know
They-
why.
No, they just went for the rhyme.
Yeah,
Because he retorts with, it's hog style.
hog style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he uses the gas, which is what he uses on everybody to subdue them.
Yeah.
And she realizes this isn't this doesn't smell like whippets or whatever it was, nitrous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I really faded out at this point because a lot of this I'm not really remembering all that well. I remember things going on, but I kept looking at it going, all right, I'm done with this movie. So
well, then you missed the incredible
no, I did not miss the
chainsaw
end.
fight.
No, I did not miss that.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, John.
I caught up to that part. I
Okay.
ignored. No, the wedding, the whole wedding spiel was like such a giant portion of this movie that was just driving me to want to bury myself, slit my own throat, and leave myself for Father Vincent's sausages. Because my God, this thing. For how long was this movie?
Hour
Hour
a
and
half.
40.
40.
Yeah.
Okay.
40.
It felt like a week-long process to watch this goddamn thing. It,
I think it slowed down once you got to the hypnotizing part,
it's
where they pulled the
Yeah.
rockers out, and it really slowed down at that point.
It's slowed down every time. What's her name? Terry. Every time
Terry.
she opened her mouth, You know, I just couldn't take it. She completely unavailable for a viewer to get into. I mean, the fact that you guys think her tits are so great, that's about the only thing that you could actually get into for her character.
I like how he says, "You guys."
Yeah,
you guys.
That's why she never had an acting career after that.
No, she tried out. You know what? She didn't do much acting wise. One of her career, well, I don't want to say highlights, was she was
whacked her in the leg with a lead pipe, trying to get her out of her acting job.
Yeah, she got Tanya Harding. No, she was one of the finalists for the role of Rachel in Blade Runner. Sean Young beat her out.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, because Sean Young probably actually hit her in the knee with a fucking the pipe.
She's crazy.
I don't think Sean Young needs to hit anyone to beat him.
Well, she's a fucking nut job.
No, she probably did.
Yeah,
she's fucking nuts.
Sean Young's not any better of an actress than this woman is. So,
No.
Do you remember the whole Catwoman thing?
Yes,
Yes.
where she was stalking Tim Burton.
Oh,
Yeah,
my Lord.
like didn't she? She showed up like on some talk show dressed as Catwoman.
Yes.
Catwoman.
Yep.
What the
She
fuck
was
is-
She was nuts, but she was better than this lady. I
John
stick with
Young
that.
was originally cast as Vicky Vale in the first Batman, Tim Burton. They were doing a horseback stunt.
She got hurt.
She got hurt. She fell off a horse and got hurt. That scene never even ended up in the movie either. She had to bail out. They hired Kim Basinger. So when they came back to do Batman Returns, she was like, I deserve the part. I'm better now. You hired me before. You're going to hire me again. And she also had, I don't know the details of this. She had a long running thing with James Woods too, where they worked on a movie together. And then she was stalking him and sending him violent letters and shit. Yeah. She's crazy. That bitch is crazy.
Bonkers. That bitch is crazy.
So let's get into it. End of the movie. Sheriff, what's his name? Bruce comes to save Terry. And Farmer Vincent puts on a giant, John, do the whole chips thing.
Yeah.
A giant pig's head, pulls out a chainsaw, and we have the most improbable of duels ever. A chainsaw duel.
Chainsaw duel.
Yeah.
Now, I know, Larry, you've said you don't mess with chainsaws.
No.
I have a chainsaw.
Yep.
I can't imagine a running chainsaw smashing against another running chainsaw
Because you can't do it.
lasting more than one blow.
Well, here's what I'm wondering. That fucking chainsaw that Farmer Vincent had the blade was like fucking 4 feet long.
Yeah.
That motherfucker had to be like fucking 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're not fucking swinging that fucking thing around having a sword fight.
Well,
No
not to
possible
mention,
way.
how the fuck
Not
was he
79
see?
years old.
How did he see anything in that
Oh,
fucking
true.
pig head?
Right.
Is he looking through
pig's
the mouth?
I guess. Yeah.
Lloyd, do you think he was looking through the mouth?
Yeah, it had to be through the mouth.
Because that fucking pig head was huge. That thing was
Yeah, it
like
was big.
fucking.
Did you also notice, and I did not notice this the first time, so I don't know if I wasn't paying attention as
Oh,
well,
through the snout.
through the snout.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the
He
fuck?
followed it out.
This?
I don't know.
He's having a
Yeah.
full-on
Yeah. There's no way
Olympic
to-
fucking chainsaw fight looking through a little pig snout. The thing I noticed this time was I didn't notice the first time is that Farmer Vincent, through the whole movie, is a very calm and collected dude.
Yep.
Did you notice the laughter and the maniacal sounds he was making?
Yeah, while he was fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that the whole time that they're fighting, Terry is
Oh my God.
sliding on
Yeah.
this supposed to be a conveyor
Some
belt
conveyor belt towards
this
bandsaw.
blade. Now, I'm not sure, if you've ever worked in shipping, you know that thing's not a fucking conveyor belt.
It's just
something you throw a fucking box down and it just fucking
Right.
zips it down. I'm like, why is she even moving? She's
Movie
not on a fucking
magic.
conveyor belt.
and in some of the scenes she's moving towards it, and other scenes she's not moving at all.
Yeah.
Probably should, Bruce, help me. And it's like, you're just laying there, bitch. Just
You're just
chill
laying
out.
there. You're
He's
just laying
in
there.
the middle of a chainsaw fight.
Let the fight work itself out. You'll be fine. You're not moving towards the blade.
All right.
It's not a conveyor belt.
Lloyd, I'm going to ask you the big question, if you remember this. So the fight ends. Bruce gets kind of messed up, hit in the leg. He manages to get his chainsaw stuck into a banister of some sort, or a
pole or
a
something.
pole. Farmer Vincent ends up getting the chainsaw in the gut.
Yeah, well, more like in the side.
In
I
the
guess.
side.
I don't know. It
In the
didn't seem
side.
like a death blow to me, but
They have this, right in the rib, rib. Well, it's not a death blow for you, Lloyd. You're in good shape.
Yeah.
This guy is a 79-year-old, 57-year-old.
True.
Yep.
He farts too hard. He doesn't get out of bed for 3 days. So anyways, so he's dying. He has this really beautiful moment with Bruce where he just tried to kill him for 20 minutes. Now it's like, I'm leaving you the secret garden. I'm leaving you the motel. But what was Farmer Vincent's secret shame?
Big secret.
Oh, who knows?
He says, as he's dying, I used preservatives. Which he claimed not to use in his smoked meats.
He said, I'm the biggest hypocrite of them all.
Right.
And then he dies after announcing that. And Bruce does the movie thing. I don't know if anybody in real life's ever done this, but the movie thing where you put your fingers over someone's eyes to shut them.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you get the feeling that even though Bruce was super rapey before, now that he saved her and won the day,
oh, they're together
now.
Yeah, they're together.
Yep.
But don't forget, you're leaving out a very important part. They hear a scream, Bruce and Terry.
Yeah.
They hear a scream, so they go towards the secret garden.
Oh.
And that's where they find
correct.
Ida buried upside down.
Yes.
With her legs sticking out.
Yep.
How did who screamed?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it was one of the buried that escaped.
And it was a very early example of a scene we see in all these movies where you think the villain's dead. Remember her legs like relax?
Yeah,
and then they kick one more time. But there was no fright to it at all. It was not scary at all.
Right. All
right.
And Terry ends it by what is she? You remember what she says? It's an evil hotel.
This is an evil motel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
The
they
O
goes to the
blows.
sign,
Yeah.
and then and then finally the O blanks out, and now
it's Motel Hell.
All right, Motel Hell, Scary Larry's Pint of Horrors. This is what, the 5th movie we've done? 4th?
5.
So Larry, we did Day of the Dead, Maniac, Prom Night. This is 4. This is number 4. It feels like 5 because we should have done this 9 times already.
Yeah.
And I will say this: if for any reason this recording doesn't come out, we're done.
Oh shit.
We've done it. We know it happened.
Yep.
It's like our own little thing, and it's over, Johnny.
You know what? I think maybe the timing of this is going to be timed with COVID ending.
Oh, Lloyd,
Maybe this is what it took.
let's hope so. Oh, what is it? What Larry got a double feature
Motel
midnight
Hell.
movies? What is the other
See
one?
The other one.
Deranged.
Oh, is that a good one?
Oh,
watched a nice
I got in
Deranged, but
so much
oh, no,
trouble when I worked at Channel 1 Video because you remember VHS tapes were like fucking expensive.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Oh,
like, oh yeah. And I was like 15 and they would let me order horror films from the catalog. But, you know, I had to order shit that people knew that would rent out. And I ordered Deranged because I'd read it was like the most accurate Ed Gein film. Texas Chainsaw Massacre supposedly about Ed Gein and Psycho, but this was the most accurate actually about Ed Gein, and so it was one of Savini's first films. So it was like $110.
Yeah.
Fucking ordered it. It got there. The owner Joe was like, "Who the fuck ordered this fucking? I never even fucking heard of this." And it's actually a really good movie. Robert Blossom plays Ed Gein.
The guy from Home Alone.
Yeah, and he's fantastic. It's a great movie.
I think John's seen this. John, have you seen this?
I have not. The first time I heard about it, Steve Bissett was talking about it because it's black and white, right?
No,
it's not black and white. Okay,
no.
It's Robert Blossom is a lot younger in this film.
So. Oh yeah. It was. I think it's 74. I think it's 1974.
Okay, yeah, as soon as I heard about it, I was like, oh, I got to see this because I've never seen this. So I know I've heard about it, but
yeah, 74. If we ever get out of this pandemic, I'll let you borrow it.
Cool. Yep. Cool. I've got a whole list now of if we ever get to see people again, what am I going to do? I'm going to get an ice cream cone. All right, Larry. So what do you assign this for rating wise? What we've been doing the different things.
Sure. Let's say smoked meats.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's start off with Sir John because we always want to think. Let's get
on a scale of 1 to 5
positive.
smoked meats.
1 to 5 smoked meats, Sir John. What do you give 1980s Motel Hell?
I wish I could remember.
Just remember that it takes all types of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters.
That's right.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Oh, he made that noise. Oof.
It's not good, Larry. It's not good. Because rewatchability on this one is so low for me. Again, it's just I think I would rather watch Maniac a second time than this.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to give this a 1.5 because it is just dreary bad. The plot is so thin with the characters. I mean, overall, it's fine. It's like Farmer Vincent grinding people up to make meat, and it's popular meat. That's great. The rest of it, I'm lost. I'm just so stupid. So,
Lloyd, Manster,
1.5.
what do you got?
I'm going to go with, I'm not going to be much higher, but I think I'm going to have to go 2.25. Yeah, no, it doesn't quite make the 2.5 for me, but 2.25.
2.25.
Plus, I have to watch it so many times. I was so freaking sick of it.
All right, I will go. I am gonna echo John. I'm gonna go with a 1.5. I don't hate this movie, but
fucking sounds like it, John.
It's a 1.5. It's a solid 1.5. What I will say about it is for a movie that has so much kind of cred amongst like horror fans, I'm shocked because it just doesn't, like, I don't get it. Like, I've gotten other things. Like, honestly, like John said, I don't want to rewatch Maniac because it was oogie, but I would rewatch Maniac before this again in a year. You know what I mean? I get picture if we do 20 of these and someone said, you know, at this point, or the 5, would you rewatch Prom Night? Sure. It was not great, but there was some stuff I liked about it. Day of the Dead.
Wagon.
Day of the Dead, always. Maniac, yeah, you know what? Maybe a couple years from now, I'll show it to somebody. Go, this one's gross. Motel Hell, I'm just like, right. 1.5. 1.5.
1.5 smoked meats.
Yes.
How about you, Larry? What do you got?
I apparently hold this film a little more fondly than you three gentlemen do.
Hey, I'm above these guys. So.
You are. I see it for what it is. It's satire. It's comedy. It's not meant to be. John, it is. It's satire. It's, you know, they're taking Texas.
I can't see.
They're taking My Lovely Texas Chainsaw, and they're taking Psycho, and they're taking, you know, films like that, and they're not poking fun, but it's satire, man. And I've always had a good time with it. It's rewatchability. I get it. It's not one that I watch a bunch of times. I'd say I've earlier in the episode, I think I said I've maybe seen it 20. It's less than that. I've probably seen it
17.
Maybe 10. I've probably seen it like 10 times in my life.
19.
I'm almost halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. And you're all in like 2 months, like a 2-month span. Like I've watched it 10 times since like for 30 years. But still I do enjoy it, and I found myself, I watched it twice. I watched it back in January when we were supposed to do this. Rewatched it again the other day. Still enjoyed it. For me, out of 5 smoked meats, I'm gonna go a solid 3. It's a 3 for me.
All right.
So it's not a love, but I do enjoy it, and I will watch it again.
He assigns
I see that.
He assigns it the
the
John
lines.
rating, the solid 3.
Solid 3.
All right. This has been Scary Larry's Pint of Horrors. I do want to bring this up real quick, Larry, because this will come out before then.
Oh,
why don't you tell everybody about the double feature that was supposed to happen this month and got the kibosh because of super flu.
Super flu because of Captain Trips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were supposed to have a David Cronenberg double feature of The Fly and Scanners on April 18th, which is
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from today. Pulled the plug. Not going to happen. They're not going to be allowing people in theaters yet. Rather than skip this double feature and just go on to, because I already had tickets printed for June 20th for the next show. I threw those all out. I'm pushing this down. We're going to show this one on June 20th instead.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of people really want to see The Fly and Scanners.
I absolutely fall in that category.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. So we're going to show it, and we're going to show it June 20th. Hopefully this shit better be all fucking clear.
Let's put them together right now. Everybody here right now.
Yeah.
Please.
Not just for that one reason, but that's one of many reasons.
Come on.
Yeah.
Did we sit in the? I wanted to bring this up real quick. We recorded with you, Larry, me, and John when we did Greasy Strangler.
Yeah.
The four of us have not recorded here since prom night, which I look back was in November of last year.
Oh my God.
So
That's
we need
crazy.
to get back. All
That's
right.
crazy.
This has been Scary Larry's Pint of Horrors. It has been Motel Hello. And Lloyd, why don't you say what you say all the time that gets us out of Pint of Comics?
Say it. Yeah.
That was gross.
We are leaving!